Hey everybody, welcome back to Doc G's Reloading. Today I'm going to talk about a new mount that I purchased. Now this is the EOTech. I'm going to put this in the description as well. You can see it there on there it says EOTech in big letters for you. And this is the EOTech PRS Extended QD Cantilever Scope Mount with integral rings. So they're saying this is a PRS extended QD. I don't know that I would use this for PRS shooting. We'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, this is a 1 to 10x March scope that I have here. And some of you are familiar with March scopes. I've done a review on March scopes. March scopes are the ones they use to shoot out to 2 miles. They use the Genesis scope, which is a $6,200 scope. I know there are some other places that make scopes, but you know, March is still my #1 choice for scopes, just because the glass is so unbelievable, especially at high magnification. But I'm not going to get into that. You can see the video I did earlier on that. But this is it's a cantilever quick release mount. So it's got a 4-bolt pattern. You guys can see that. It's got a 4-bolt pattern on the rings. So each of the rings here has, 2 bolts on each side. You got to get them, lined up so that so the space is equal between them on each side. You don't want one side clamped down flat and the other side have a gap. You want the gap to be equal on each side. Now these come in 34mm and 30mm ring sizes. This is a 30mm size. I don't know that I'd ever buy the 34mm size, but I mean, they make it available. This also is a matte finish, so it's not as reflective, which is nice. And it is adjustable. So this is just like their QD mount for the accessories they sell, like their 3x magnifier. So they didn't reinvent the wheel here. This is the exact same system they use on their 3 and 5x magnifiers that go behind their red dots. Now, you can see here I'm pushing in on this little lever that causes that to rise, and that's your lock, and then you can open it up. So there you go, that's open, okay? On the other side here, you have this nut that has a, well, it's just a nut with it looks like, I mean, you can use a big screwdriver there. It'll fit a regular screwdriver. I don't know if it'll fit no, it won't fit a hex wrench. Just a screwdriver, or you can use the base of a large caliber rifle cartridge. Would fit in there too. But anyway, you tighten this or loosen this depending on how much tension you want when you tighten this down on the rifle. So we all know all Picatinny rails are not created the same. So it's nice that you can have this adjustability. I do like that. So when you put it on there, you can go to snap it down, you can feel it engage, and then how hard do you want it to finally, clamp down depends on how tight or loose you have this nut here. So the tighter the nut, obviously, the harder it's going to be to close it. And if you get it too tight, obviously, it's not going to snap down and close. Now, the bottom of the scope is one piece. So that's nice. You don't see any screws here holding, holding any parts together. So you can see here, it's beautifully machined. And you can see in here, beautifully machined in there. And the lower piece is all one piece. I'll give you a little better view on this side. So the lower piece is all one piece. So that's nice. And I have no complaints about this at all. It went on quickly and easily. It's typical EOTech quality. They send you everything you need in the package to make the adjustments. Would I put this on a PRS rifle? Never. I've shot F-class competition, which is not PRS, but you need to be similar in your accuracy and ability to shoot accurately. If I'm shooting PRS or if I'm shooting any kind of long-range precision, I'm not snapping anything onto a rifle. It is going to be clamped down with bolts or whatever to the 40 to 60 inch-pounds, and I usually go to the full 60 on the inch-pounds to lock down the scope onto the top of the rifle if I'm shooting PRS, or I have not shot any PRS, but if I'm shooting anything long range that's precision, all of those scopes in the rifles that I have are locked down. They are not quick release. I would never use a quick release of any kind for long range accurate shooting. Now, where would I use this? I got this to put on this scope because this is a 1 to 10x in a 30mm tube, and I'm going to use it on my AR style weapons. So, you know, AR platform, you want to clamp it on a 22. Now this is a very expensive scope. I don't know that you'd put it on a 22. I mean, you could, but what I would do is, I could snap this on my 22. I could take it off and snap it on my AR-15. I could take it off and snap it on my AR-10. Am I putting this on my 6 Creedmoor? Never. Am I putting this on any of my 308 bolt action rifles or any of my bolt action rifles? Never. Would I put this on a 50 BMG? Never. This has its place. It says it's PRS, and I'm sure that means the precision rifle people who shoot that discipline. But again, the people that I've seen on TV who shoot PRS, I've never seen them with a snap-on mount. But anyway, what I do like about it is that it locks in place with that lock, and that it's really adjustable to your Picatinny rail by loosening or tightening that knot, and then it's all one piece, and that you're not going to have to worry about it on a small caliber rifle, small caliber semi-automatic rifle, or large caliber semi-automatic rifle, but not a bolt action precision rifle. My expertise and experience would be on anything that I'm shooting long range, whether it's a 308, 6 Creedmoor, 6 Dasher, whatever I'm shooting out to long range. That scope has 2 independent rings which are locked into place. Most of the time I've honed them with those special honing bars that they sell. I have a full kit of those for every single diameter. And then it gets clamped in place. And really pretty much for me dedicated to that rifle. So if I'm shooting something long range, it's going to be bolted on and pretty much dedicated to that rifle for shooting. Now, like I said, the role that this plays would be great, and I'm going to use this because I'm going to snap this off and on, my F&H SCAR, the 17S. I've got the 16S on order, which is the 5.56 version, and I'm going to snap this off and on there. And I'm going to snap this off and on my 22s, and I'm going to snap this off and on some other rifles, but not for PRS. But it, like I said, it has its place. I like it. It's definitely solid. It's not cheap. I'll send you a link to it. I'll put a link to it where I bought it on Midway up at the description. But just wanted to share with you today this mount. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and thanks again for watching Doc G's Reloading.